This daf Yom Yerushalmi Shevi'is. Today's daf is daf Mem Beis, but we are starting at the bottom of Mem Aleph Mem Beis, the new parak Shalosh Shevi'is. In the Vilna edition, that is on daf Mem Tes Vav Amud Beis. To be a new parak. That's as we've been saying all along now. This limud should be a schus for Yerushalmi Eretz Yisrael and Am Yisrael in its totality, facing the Torah, Sodi, Yimach, Shalom, Zichron. So the Mishnah says Shalosh Haratzos L'Shvi'is. There are three places where Shvi'is is noed in different ways. Kol Shesika Ole Bavel, any place which the Ole Bavel took hold of after the time as in Nehemiah, Me'eretz Yisrael, from Eretz Yisrael, Ve'ad Kziv. Now, according to most interpretations, Kziv is a city north of Akko. According to all interpretations, it's probably a city north of Akko. But the question is when it says Me'eretz Yisrael Akziv, is the Eretz Yisrael we're talking about the south of Kziv or east of Kziv? If you see that, in the article, it has two possibilities. So the standard interpretation, which seems to be geographically correct, is that it's north of Akko, and the question that there's as we know from the Bavli, there's a Tzur Nafka, a strip of land going up from Ashkelon, from Akko to Kziv, which was part of Eretz Yisrael. So there, lo nechav, lo nefad. You can't eat the svichim, and there's krusha shvi'is on the fruit, and you can't work the ground. Kol sheziku only Mitzrayim, anything which was conquered by only Mitzrayim, which is Miksiv, which goes on from beyond Ksiv, ad Nahar ad Amanah. And you have here if you have the art scroll, you have a few different interpretations of what Miksiv ad Amanah is, how wide it is. So the Chazon Ish, the Derech Mishas Yos, the Derech Emunah, and the Ziv Hayam. But in any event, Amanah is somewhere in north of Kziv in Lebanon, and it's the Hor HaHar, not where Aaron is buried, the one mentioned Parshas Maseh, which is the northern boundary of Eretz Yisrael, and this is Nechal Avalo Nevad. So there you can eat shvi'is. There's no it's a svichim. There's no kedusha shvi'is on the fruit, but you can't work the land. Minahara me'amona, from the river and Amona. I should say that Nahar I didn't say before is the Euphrates River that the only Mitzrayim got up to, according to this understanding. Me'amona bilifnim, and the what is between these two strips. In other words, it's kind of like a U. They got Hor HaHor, which is on the west coast. Then what goes down, and then it goes back up to Ammona again. I'm not sure if any of the pictures in the article actually demonstrate that. I don't think so. So the I don't know if the Kabbalah actually has a chart. He does actually here. Let's see if we can let's see if we can make this clear. As you can see, it's not just a U, it's a very severe drop in the middle. So you have the Hor HaHor area, which is right next to the ocean, the Mediterranean Sea, and then you have the Nahar area, which is here, and in between there's a gap. So this is all north of Kziv, and north of it goes up all the way to almost to Turkey, actually to the southern boundary of Turkey. Jebel Akra, according to the Kaftar Ferach, is where Hor HaHar is. It's a lot further north than Gziv. Gziv is way down here. That's what Gziv is. Okay, then there's this area over here, which is up to the Nahar. The Nahar is over here, the Euphrates River, all the way on top over here. Okay, so that's one interpretation. There are other interpretations here as well, but that's one interpretation. So we'll go with that one for now. Well, let's not. The other one is this base, which is this possibility, is that it only goes up to Beirut. That's the line over here. Beirut, so there's Haramana. Then it goes down here, which is Chutz La'aretz, and then it goes up here to the river. Okay, so it says between the two, Nechav and Evad, it can be eaten and it can be worked because that area is definitely Chutz La'aretz. Now, in the Gemara itself, the Mashbiach changes around the lines in a way which does make it seems to make more sense, but it's not important, not necessary for us to go with his changes. We can go with the Gemara itself. These are the chukim mishpatim which apply to Eretz Yisrael. These mitzvahs don't apply in Chutz La'aretz. So this is teaches us that there are areas which are part of Eretz Yisrael, and the areas which are not going to be part of Eretz Yisrael. Even if Jews live there, it's still not part of Eretz Yisrael, and the mitzvahs are no goes for it, so not going to be noeg in that area. By the way, I should say the Kavanaki also changes the order dramatically. So it's not just the Mashbiach. So the Gemara says, and again, I'm not going to go through the changes of years. I'm just going to go with what we have in front of us. Adayin Omrim will still say Adayin with an Aleph is like Adayin with an Ayin. Mitzvah shein tluis ba'aretz eno gos ba'aretz. Mitzvahs are no gos ba'aretz are only knowing in Eretz Yisrael. Yachvi mitzvah shein tluis ba'aretz lo eno gos ba'aretz. Maybe mitzvahs which don't have to do with the land of Israel are also only relevant in Eretz Yisrael. Talmud Lomar Yishamu lachem peniftel levavchem etc. Gomer v'kol af Hashem b'chem v'gomer. So that the Vayim Shema teaches us that about the Golos which before Am Yisrael if they misbehave, and it says there, nevertheless, some that's by Ela al bavchem v'al nafshechem. You have to place these mitzvahs on your heart and on your soul. My islach. What does this include? You go into Tefillin, which is actually mentioned explicitly in Shema, bin Talmud Torah, which is actually mentioned there as well. Matri and Talmud Torah she'en tluin ba'aretz nogin ba'aretz be'em b'chutz la'aretz. So just like these two, which are not totally ba'aretz, not totally in Eretz Yisrael, are therefore noeg im b'chutz la'aretz, as the pasuk tells us, and they're explicit in Vayim Shema. Avkol she'en totally ba'aretz, so to any mitzvah which is not contingent on the land, yen noeg ba'aretz b'chutz la'aretz. It applies to Eretz Yisrael and to Chutz La'aretz. Now, Me'ato Mishigolu P'turin, here's one of the lines that seems out of order, right? Because this seems to be that it should be beforehand, right? In order that this is a question. But the way the way the Mepharshim explain it here is that it's not out of order, but if that's the case, it says when the mitzvahs of Luis Baretz, which are not okay when Am Yisrael and Golos, maybe they cancel permanently. So it's Am Yisrael, it's all Bavel. Then nobody's being Mekayim mitzvahs of Luis Baretz. Maybe when they get back, they're not Mekayim mitzvahs of Luis Baretz. Now to go you to him? No. Ksiv vayas yasu kol baim me'ashevi it says when they came back from Chutz La'aretz, this is in Nehemiah Perichet Pasuk Zayin, V'yasu kol b'ayim me'ashevi Sukkos v'yeshu b'Sukkos ki lo asu miyimei Yoshua ben Nun, because they had not done this vote of singing Sukkos from the days of Yoshua ben Nun. Now, there's the problem with the interpretation given by the Farshim here that's going on mitzvahs tluis baris, because this pasuk has nothing to do with mitzvahs tluis baris. This is specifically talking about Sukkos. It's kind of a weak thing. The Maharab Fuldo says, okay, even though it says by Sukkot, it really is going on all the mitzvahs. And we're just trying to equate the Biyasan, the first time they came to Eretz Yisrael, to this time when they came back to Eretz Yisrael. So the Rash Sabilio says, he darshans this. This Kavanakin was this way as well. Is it possible that they didn't make sukkahs from the days of Yeshua ben Nun? How can this be? So it must be that which it says asu is not going on sukkahs, but rather it's going on kiddush aretz. So when the pasuk says, "V'asu kol Shevi'is sukkos v'yeshuv sukkos kilo asu." Yoshua ben Nun came b'nei Yisrael ad hayom hahu v'atisim hu l'olam amod. Asu is going on the asiyah of kedushas aretz. So they're very happy that's sukkos because they kedushas aretz. But that's one way of saying it. But the Marash goes a little further. He says the lashon of sukkos here means that they were enveloped Eretz Yisrael with Shechina, because they started being kind of mitzvah tluis baris again. So according to this, I don't know if they have to come out that second part of the Rash Sabilio. But the first part of Rash Sabilio, you could say there's that in sukkos specifically because they were also they renewed their covenant with the land. But he wants to say no, that they saying sukkos means they were mesachich Eretz Yisrael with the Shechina, and that was why they were very happy. V'lama Yoshua. Why does it say Yoshua Yud Shin Vav Ayin without a hey? Right, it's Yoshua is spelled a hey. Rabbi Hillel Braid Rabbi Shmuel Bar Achmeni says a fascinating thing. Pagam HaKasuv covered tzaddik b'kever. They covered tzaddik b'shato. The pasuk wants to tell us that Ezra's Maisa was greater than Yeshua's Maisa. And therefore, even though Yeshua didn't fall short, we had a choice. I guess could have added a word to Ezra's name, or could have added a letter to Ezra's name, or deducted a letter from Yeshua's name. So we were plugging covered tzaddik b'kever. We took off the hay in Yeshua in order to give a praise to Ezra, and which we will see. Hekish b'yasan. In the meantime, not today necessarily. I think it's coming up tomorrow. Anyway, but because the cover what Ezra did, we want to give it an additional accolade, so that's why Yeshua is missing hay. But right now we say Hikish b'yasan b'yimei Ezra b'yasan b'yimei Yeshua. Link is made between the time which they came the days of Yeshua and the time they came the day Ezra. Ma b'yasan b'yimei Yeshua paturim hayu, just like the days when they came the days of Yeshua, they were exempt. When they schayvu, and then they came chayim and mitzvah tluis baris. Abiyas b'yimei Ezra, so when they came to have Ezra paturim hayu, they were exempt. And then they became obligated when they came back to Eretz Yisrael. At what level were they chayiv? the Raisa the Rabbanon. Rabbi Yosef Amar midvar Torah nischayvu. They're chayiv in midoraisa to the mitzvah of Tuis Baretz. The Hadar as it says, "V'yaviach Hashem elkecha." This is the pasuk of Chumash. Obviously, Dvarim Paraglamet. "V'yaviach Hashem elkecha orta sheyushu avasecha b'Yerusha." Right, there's Yerusha now, and there's going to be additional Yerusha at some time in the future. Mashma Hikish Yerushas Chalushus Avosecha. Your Yerusha, time Ezra, is going to be like Yerushas Avosecha at the time of Yehoshua. My Yerushas Avosecha midvar Torah, just like the Yerusha of the previous generation was midoraisa. Half Yerushas, so to your Yerusha time of Ezra is going to be doraisa. Here it says, sounds like you're going to be better than the second Yerusha is going to be better than the first one, but we're not getting onto that right now. First, we're going to say, well, we're going to get onto it in a minute. This is already from tomorrow's blog, but yeah, so maybe we should leave it for tomorrow. But no, this is the middle of the statement. Your forefathers were part before they entered Israel and became chayiv. So you were also part when you were above them and you became chayiv. And here's why. Actually, we got to today. Here's why Ezra is superior to Yeshua. And they were because they were free and independent. That's why they got mitzvah Tuis Baretz. Even though you have Ol Malchus upon you, you still are chayiv mitzvah Tuis Baretz. And here's also advantageous to Ezra. In the first Yerusha, they were not chayiv mitzvah Tuis Baretz. Some yes, some no, but some they were not chayiv in until after the 14 years, 7 which they conquered, 7 which they distributed the land. But you came and shenichnas them, you chayiv them. Once you got there, so you already became chayiv mitzvah Tuis Baretz. They only become chayiv when they conquered all of Eretz Yisrael. Which Avatem, Rishon, whatever you acquire, which time only Babel was not so much. Rishon Karam is chayiv. Everything you acquire it, as you acquire it, it's going to become chayiv in Shumas U'Maisros. Now, Rabbi Lezer is going to argue. That was all Rabbi Yossi holds it's Toraisa. Lezer is going to say it's Rabbanan, but we're already way into Mem Gimel Amud Aleph, so we'll stop here for today.